screwed up everybody's life.
Now you want to be there for me, just trying to understand.
You need to tell me what is going on, Barry, right now.
How's it going, everyone? I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as we did. That was one hell of a freaking roller coaster of an episode.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, have you seen, you haven't seen Arrow, have you?
Not much.
And you haven't seen Legends of Tomorrow?
A little bit.
Okay, well, let's just go through the changes that were present right from the beginning. Okay, so Joe and Iris obviously weren't talking because of the conversation that they had in Season 2. Remember when Joe told Iris about that, and she was fine with it in Season 2, but apparently she wasn't here.
She was fine with it, but I think that she wasn't. My theory on that would be because he might have kept it a secret longer in this one.
Right.
Best guess.
Mm-hmm. I think, and then of course Cisco, his brother, was killed in a car accident. I believe that's what it was. I
guess so. That something caused his brother to die in a car accident, and he doesn't want. Well, Cisco doesn't even want Barry to tell him.
I don't think that's Cisco. What did you say? Cisco doesn't want Barry to tell him?
Yeah, because remember they all agreed that they don't want to...
Oh, no, that's far in the future. No, okay, I know what you were trying to say, but I was linking it to, like, the beginning, because we're going in order here as they appeared. And all of the changes was that Cisco's brother is he's dead, so he died in a car accident, and now Cisco's angry at him because he wouldn't go back in time, even though that he knows... Cisco should fucking know that going back in time is awful.
He doesn't want to believe it, though.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It's family. He close family, in fact. He really just doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
He wants someone to blame.
Yeah, and then another one is Draco Malfoy being in the CSI. I loved his character, to be honest with you. It was fucking great, alright?
He and Dr. Alchemy came out at the same time, so I think they're the same person.
You think they're the same person? I think they're the same person. Honestly,
I think they're the same person.
It's got to be the same person because he doesn't trust him and all that shit. You don't just bring in this random character and be like, yeah, he's just a random character.
He's a nobody.
Yeah, like they did that with Harrison.
You don't bring him in, he's like, yeah, he's the one.
They did that with Harrison Wells the first season. They're like, oh yeah, he's the Reverse Flash. Oh, well, that's great because like all these other characters have comics, like they have names in the comics, and Harrison Wells is just Harrison Wells, so it's like a different name. And Julian Albert, Julian Dorn. I don't know what the fucking name is, but apparently in the show it's Julian Albert. Yeah. Okay, Julian Albert. But when I saw it on Twitter, they were advertising it as Julian Dorn. So it's got to be another thing because in the comics, Dr. Alchemy, one of his things is that he has multiple personalities. So Julian Albert, Julian Dorn, two totally different people. Honestly, it has to be him. It
does have to be him because I didn't even know that from the comics he had split personality disorder. I was actually just thinking maybe he has some sort of split personality disorder that is Julian.
Not to mention, you got to think, all right. Tom Felton is in this, and Dr. Alchemy.
He's evil.
He's using, but did you see the weapon he's using? He's using this, like he's using something stone. I don't want to say Sorcerer's Stone because it's not a Sorcerer's Stone, but he's using the
Sorcerer's Stone. I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah, he's just using the Sorcerer's Stone against him. So it's obviously got to be him because who wouldn't? Oh, come on. All right.
Exactly. Like,
and if it's not him, then well, what the hell is he getting paid for?
No, it's him. I'm 100% certain it's him.
And then another change. Okay, and then another change. I really got to talk to you about this change. Was Diggle, like when they showed the picture of like who's Dig and this baby? All right. In Arrow, he originally had a daughter. All right, he named it Sarah after Sarah Lance died, but she's not dead anymore, so whatever. But in Legends of Tomorrow, all right. I don't know how this timeline works, but Legends of Tomorrow, they went into the future. They went to Star City 2046, all right? And in 2046, John's son is the Green Arrow or Connor Hawke, a very big name from the comics. But his original name is John Diggle Jr.
John Diggle Jr.
But okay, but like that's him. That's him. That is him.
That's how he was born.
But how? Okay, so like in Legends of Tomorrow, these characters were before Flashpoint. These characters are all before Flashpoint. So they went into the future. Like they went from a future. They went from from an existence where, you know, John Diggle had a daughter, and now in the future, John Diggle has a son. So they went past timeline. They went past Flashpoint, apparently.
Yep.
So
it does that blow your mind?
It makes me wonder about all the things that. Well, it kind of makes sense because it's all on there now. It's all going to happen. But in Legends of Tomorrow, Connor Hawke, John Diggle Jr. said, you know, he couldn't save his dad, so Diggle's going to die, which I don't want to see because I love Diggle. But
something I wanted to note, by the way, every season they open up an entire new room of ideas.
Yeah.
Early on in the season. Season 1, they unleashed dark matter. Mm-hmm. And you never know how many metas, who's a meta, how many metas there are to destroy. Season 2, different Earths. You never know how many other Earths are going to be.
That's true.
Season 3, differences. How many differences are there now after Flashpoint?
Well, it also is Dr. Alchemy can bring in certain powers from different timelines. So there's probably other...
Yes.
And, like, you know the theory. We know this theory, where, like, an alternate universe is also an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Supergirl is an alternate Earth.
Yes.
So aliens can come over.
They can.
And since
hopefully...
Supergirl's on the CW, they're going to probably bring over Supergirl, but not into the same Earth. But I'm thinking, all right, they bring in Power Girl, which is the doppelganger to Supergirl, I think. Her name is...
I'm not familiar with Power Girl.
Power Girl is from a... I think she's a Justice Society of America character, and Justice Society of America on Legends of Tomorrow, and that starts this Thursday. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to the episode here.
Okay.
The hilarious dinner reservation thing where Barry was going between Joe and Iris, all right? That felt like a totally different show to me, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Because it
did feel entirely different at first.
This entire episode was an emotional roller coaster, and that was the first, what do they call that? The first peak, all right? That was the first peak. That was hilarious. And then the awkward dinner, where I'm just waiting. Why aren't you fucking telling them? And then I'm thinking, of course, you can't tell them because, of course, timeline changes if you do tell them, because that's what Eobard Thawne or Harrison Wells said in the first season. You don't want to tell me anything because time ripples, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then, the double team... Oh, I know. They weren't double team yet. No, okay.
But how did Cisco get more control over his powers all of a sudden, though?
I think it was something from a different timeline.
You think so?
Honestly. But there's also been, has there been a 3-month difference?
I think there has. Because he lived in that Flashpoint universe for 3 months, I think it was.
Yeah.
And when he comes back to that 3 months later, which is why he's so lost.
So maybe that's why Cisco got his gauntlets, which I was so fucking happy to see Vibe gauntlets, all right? Because that's his tech, that's his thing, that's Vibe. All right?
I got a moment in the episode where I was worried about Cisco going bad. Did you too? For a moment?
I didn't.
Early on in the episode.
I didn't. I just felt like he was going to be angry for something, which I still think is stupid. Why he was angry for Flash, whatever. But
yeah,
and then
it's just he wants a person to.
And then he almost fucks up his relationship with Iris by going back in time to I don't know what he was going to do.
It's a good thing that Jay Garrick was there to stop him.
Yeah.
If he wasn't there to stop him, then who knows what would have happened. Flashpoint 2.
Right. Which I also thought that banter was good between Jay and Barry. Honestly,
it was.
It felt surreal because when they were in 1998, which I believe. Now let me look this up right now.
What are you seeing?
The Flash 1990. Okay, it just came out in 1990. Then I was going to say because they went back to 1998.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the purpose of that is. Why 1998?
Can I just say that his suit is much better than it was in the 1990s?
I think his suit's better than Barry's, to be honest with you.
Yes and no. I don't like the giant bolt.
Well, that's because like in his that's just a toss back to his original Flash because the bolt in the Flash was so fucking big.
Yeah. But for back on what I was saying though, I felt it was after Barry left the room for one of the first conversations they had.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was going to go bad for a moment, and then I lost all those feelings when he saved Barry.
Yeah. Once
he saved Barry, I was like, oh yeah, he's good.
I also liked how quickly it was solved between Iris and Joe.
Yeah, I how they accepted it.
Like, I love it how they aren't going to dwell on that for the entirety of the season, because I hate that shit. Like, seriously, because, like, in like, the original timeline, she got it down, like, okay, I understand, this is fine. Alright? She's more understanding, she's strong-willed, I love it. But, like, having that go on for Iris is like going back to season 1. Iris was like, you didn't tell me you were the Flash, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm glad that Iris has, a character this season, basically, is what I'm saying. She has character, she has development.
Yeah, she's actually developing.
Yeah, so it's awesome. And then, of course, Vibe comes to save the day. Vibe comes to save the day, and that fucking scene where they were fighting...
that last punch.
Where they were just going, like, sound versus actual punch, that shit was fucking fantastic, alright?
Did you notice their Twitch effect they added on the punch?
Yeah.
I kind of like that Twitch effect.
I did, too. I love it. Also, I thought Vibe's powers seemed to be stronger than Reverb's. If you remember back in like in season 2 when they went to Earth 2, Reverb's like his like the shit that came out of his hands was like waves, like they were just sound waves. But in this one, it has like color, so it's like more. It's like the fucking he's shooting dimensional energy or something at him.
It could be that it is more powerful.
Yeah.
It could be that he maybe developed
better
gauntlets.
Yeah, the gauntlets.
Or it could just be the better effects.
That is true, because he didn't have the gauntlets, so he probably made that easier for him, which is good.
Yeah. It kind of amplifies it.
Yeah.
Which is definitely amazing. I do want to see some more some more Vibe and Flash scenes. However, I don't want to see too many because they may try to kill off
I also don't want to see it way too early. So I like the fact that he said, maybe someday, but he still has some stuff to work on, which is good because like I like the way that he's progressing as a character. This is kind of Vibe's origin story to me, and I love it. I love Vibe. Vibe is fantastic because he used sound waves. All right, like his doppelganger can stop the Flash because vibrational. I don't know, something with Vibe and the Flash, but he can stop the Flash. So he's basically Barry's kryptonite.
Yeah, which is very good to have in Team Flash, especially if you look back on when he was getting his emotions controlled.
Oh yeah, and also
would have been great.
And also when he, when he wanted to go race Zoom for the first time, like he could have stopped him like that.
True.
He also could have stopped Zoom. Yeah, he also could have stopped Zoom too, if he was strong enough.
Yeah, he could have.
But I don't know if he was fast enough.
Although, is it true that he could have? Because Zoom, from what I was reading, he isn't actually as fast as Barry. He's not a true speedster. He just slows down time, and it seems like he's running faster.
Zoom?
From what I was reading, it might have just been a comic book thing.
Well, where did you read it about Professor Zoom?
Probably.
Oh no, not Professor Zoom, but you read about Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can bring it up.
Okay, and also Edward Claris. Is he dead? Because let's be honest here.
Yeah, I think he is.
What was that shit that just came to attack him? Also, this is like the first time we actually saw a jail metahuman cell, like one that's in Iron Heights.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Which is cool because like they have more room and they have a fucking bed and a toilet. If you didn't notice.
But doesn't that also kind of terrify you a little bit? He broke into the jail unnoticed and killed him without anyone noticing.
Yeah,
in this jail.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of scary because he can still get out of it. So they have to. It's something. I think it gets the power from that stone. It has to be that. He's got to have a weakness. He isn't the big bad that you can't stop with the jail cell. Because they didn't try to stop Zoom with the jail cell. They basically stop other metahumans, and technically he's not a metahuman, so there isn't anything that they could do about that. Not to mention, people can get out of that just by using their powers. Like, remember Season 2, Dr. Light, when she can make herself invisible. So she'd, like...
Yeah.
So all she did was, like, strip naked and then make herself invisible, and then they were like, oh my god, she escaped. They opened it up, and that's when she got out, so...
Yeah, and here I'm going to link this, and this should probably be linked in the description. Under the powers and abilities and powers section, it says Zoom uses time travel to run faster. Every step he takes, he's speeding up the time.
Yeah, but that's comics though.
It's comics, so it may not correlate. But then again, maybe they just didn't talk about it.
I think they did talk about it. They talked about that their legs move at a different speed, and
yeah, although that was
and then they also
because of Velocity 9 and tachyonic enhancements for reverse, and then no enhancements for Flash at that point.
Yeah, but like the reason why he couldn't go faster was because he had a mental block, and I think he still has a mental block this season. Because why was the rival faster than him?
I don't even know if it was just that he was faster, or if he was just caught off guard for the most part.
Probably he had a lot of stuff to go on, but
yeah.
How could I?
And especially with Dr. Alchemy helping in the background.
How can I also forget Killer Frost? Right.
I knew she was coming back because an episode is named Killer Frost.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is directing that episode. It's It's episode 7. She's coming back. But I thought, I was looking into it. I was like, oh yeah, there's other Killer Frosts out there, so they're probably bringing a different one. But no, it's actually Caitlin. It's Caitlin.
I don't think she's going to be evil.
I think
she'll.
I feel like she's going to have like a kind of a
tendency.
She'll want to do bad, but like when you think about it, like Barry's also going to think that he caused it too when you think about it. Yeah. Because he said maybe if you're not like what's fucking eye doctor? Like what is that? Optometrist or something like that? Optometrist?
Optometrist?
I think. I don't know. You have glasses. You probably seen them.
Yeah, not optometrist.
Why was I about to say orthodontist?
That's way off.
They all have orthodontists. They're dentists. But yeah, I think that she's gonna have like some sort of like internal struggle that's gonna keep her from going bad, going good. But yeah, honestly, I'm happy to see it.
I think she'll teeter, but she'll lean more towards good. Plus, I also have a weird feeling that the Flashpoint paradox isn't fully over yet. Obviously, there's things that went wrong.
Of course it's not.
But I do believe it'll also go back to the way it was. More so than it is now.
I don't think so.
I don't know if they're going to keep Caitlin like that.
I think they are.
You think so?
I honestly think they are. Do you want to bet on that?
I don't want to bet because you never know with the Flash.
Because I think that with Jay Garrick saying like he can't do this because you're going to ruin everything. Like it's just going to keep breaking. That glass right there is just going to be dust, and you're going to keep trying to put it back together. So if he were to
to say it's going to be Barry that goes back and fixes it, though.
Why, you think Kid Flash is going to do it?
It's very possible.
If he goes back and fixes it, then Barry won't be the Flash, and the show will be about Wally, and not yet. It can't be about him yet. All right. Time ripples, time effect, but he's going to become a speedster.
We never even mentioned though Harrison's daughter.
Oh yeah, I heard somewhere that they're coming back next episode. Yeah,
they're coming back next episode from the look of it, and she's a speedster.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harry called her Jessie Quick.
Yeah, Jessie Quick. Yeah, because that's her character, or that's her speedster name. Also, that's his the nickname for her.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it is awesome.
But when does Wally become the speedster again?
I think Wally will become... Why are cars so fucking loud?
Although, is he going to become a speedster just from noticing, or is Dr. Alchemy going to...
You know what I think? I honestly think... I don't know if Dr. Alchemy's going to do it, but I feel like there'd be something that'll like something that'll probably get into Wally, and he'll be like, I want to become a speedster. So, like... he's going to try to, go behind Joe and Iris's and Barry's back and see if he can recreate the shit that happened in Season 2 that killed Barry. And then Wally will have his own little time in the Speed Force. Because, you
what if
can't...
they make a spinoff?
Oh, my God, if they make a
Wally West spinoff.
I honestly think that they would just put him in Legends of Tomorrow.
They probably would, honestly. They don't need another show.
Yeah, we're running low on time here.
Oh, okay.
So,
was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything else you wanted to add?
Nothing other than that I saw Supergirl yesterday, and it was actually really good, honestly.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was good. It was better than the first season. I was actually very surprised. I mean, it's probably biased because of Superman, but not really, because Superman wasn't really the main focus of the episode.
Yeah, the only episode I saw was the crossover with Barry in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it because the acting just seemed off.
It seemed too campy. I'll be honest with you, it was. But there's something about the CW. Honestly, I don't know what it is. It might be the city, it might be the colors, but because this is now it's now being shot in Toronto and Vancouver, I think. So The
Flash or
Supergirl.
Okay.
I think they just had some changes, so everything seems a little bit better. Things look a little different.
Yeah.
But it's honestly good. I like it, and they have the fight coordinator for Flash and Arrow and Legends on Supergirl now. So of course the fights are going to look a lot better, and they have harness now, which I think we've noticed in Flash a lot. We've noticed the harness in the first episode actually when he lost his powers for a second and Rival punched him up in the air and then punched him back. So, which I still forgot how that scene went where he punched him and then punched him again. Was it up? I don't know. I'll have to look back at it. But it was fun, and I like that. I like what they're doing.
It was such a good fight scene.
Yeah. Other than that,
this is turning into a really good season so far.
Yeah. It feels like a different show, and I like it.
I can honestly say that so far it's my favorite season.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the first 2 episodes of each of the 3 seasons, I would say this is my favorite first 2 so far.
I think they've increased the budget. I think DC finally gave them a really good budget.
They definitely should have, because it's in my opinion the best show they have and one of the best on TV.
And then Legends of Tomorrow was also coming back this Thursday, so there's going to be a lot of things, and there's supposed to be that 4-night crossover. I will never oh my god. But you don't watch Arrow, you don't watch Legends. I'm starting to watch Supergirl on my downtime now, so I'm going to try to catch you up to speed and make sense for it. Make sense on it for you while you watch The Flash and enjoy that, because I really love the entire universe on the CW. It's my favorite.
The CW is so good
because
they're really good
because they're owned by Warner Brothers. So
I thought you were about to say Time Warner Cable.
I was about to say that, but I just
you stopped yourself from talking about one of the worst companies in history, now owned by Spectrum.
Yeah, or Charter. They're owned by Charter. It's just called Spectrum.
Charter?
Yeah, it's just Charter bought them out, but now it's Spectrum, and we're getting off topic, and we're also too far ahead in time here. But it was a good episode.
We are.
It was honestly a good episode. There was lots to talk about, and I'm pretty sure the next episode there's going to be so much more to talk about.
Oh my god, I don't think it's going to let down on the hype.
Yeah. And of course, the second episode, there was a lot of format changes, and especially in this episode of our discussion, there's been a format change because I finally got around to making something a little bit more appealing to look at while it's being listened to, because we don't have webcams or anything like that. So I have my current thing sitting there, so it's all good. But I think this is good enough, and we should probably end it here.
Probably.
All right. So
if you guys have anything else you wanted to add to this, or have any questions, we can respond in the comments or next episode, depending on what kind of question it is.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back next week.
Yep. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, subscribe, like again.
You said that a couple times.
I know. I like.
Wait, no. Don't like more than once, because then you unlike.
But if you like oddly, you can still like us. So.
God dang it, Matt. You're fired.